Hello folks, only me again. So we're getting there with this bike, it's nearly done. When I bought it, the gear linkage and everything for the pedals was missing. So I've bought a kit here from Bits. Yes, that's where I'm getting my bits from. So I'm going to attempt to fit that. And the other thing I got from them was a new flasher unit. So, all being well, I should be able to show you some flashers at work. There we go. So I'm well pleased with that. That's sorted. I'll switch the ignition off. So yeah, we'll have a go. Take this apart. I've got in my book here, my Haynes manual, what I'll be doing, working on these bits. I think it all just slides on, and then the circlip holds it all on, but actually I've just spotted, is there a bearing I need? Ah, bollocks. Don't think I've got that bearing. Yeah, can't do it. Oh well, never mind. Bye for now. Hello there, here we are again. So, it's been, there we go. I bought a bearing. It's been a few days since that last video, or probably just a few seconds for you guys. So, we shall now attempt to put this pedalling mechanism back together. So as I said before, zoom over here, that's from the Haynes manual. So I should have all the bits now. I have actually already changed this part here, and I was going to put new parts on here. This is the little collar that tightens up against the split rings here to push the front sprocket on. But the new parts that came, if I'm honest, they're not very good quality compared with the Yamaha bits. So I've kept those bits. I've changed this because this one was quite worn. I've used the old handle, and I put a new spring in. I've used new springs. So if we go back to this, this is the old fork, and it's very badly worn. And I think they do wear if they're not set up properly. Because this part here, the dog, is actually spinning all the time when you're riding along. So if the fork is rubbing on it, if it's not set up right, it will wear out, and that's what has happened to this one. Apparently happens to quite a few of them. So as I say, I fitted this new one here. Then I found that it wasn't coming out enough. Because when you released it and you put the dog on, it was coming away from this little step on here, so it was then be able to go like that when it's not being used, which of course wouldn't be any good. This dog goes on and it goes up against that circlip which got fitted there. So I had to make a bigger washer behind this clip. Can't remember how many mil it was now, but that brought it forward a little bit, and it still wasn't enough. So I've basically just bent these two parts of the fork towards us, so we can put this in now. We can put that in, and that will, when it's in this position here, fully back, that stays engaged, whereas before it wouldn't, and it would move. So the other thing I did see when getting stuff ready was that this sprocket here has got quite a bit of play in it, and it wasn't lining up. If you put this sprocket on here and look down, it doesn't line up. So I've found a spacer to put in it, which is about 2.5 mil thick, and I've already done a pre-fit. If I put that in there, it lines up the sprockets just nicely, and it still allows the mechanism to work. So the first job I'm going to do is fit that little spacer on there. So I'll put you in the old stand. So I'll pull this back off. That's loose. And I've got my little spacer here. I'll put a little bit of grease on it. I'll pop that on there. I did also have this shaft out and cleaned all the bushes and everything because the grease had gone all old and it wasn't turning very nicely. So I cleaned all that up and re-greased it. There's not vast amount of play in there, which you wouldn't expect anyway, but that's a good thing. And now I'm going to pop this back on, which means put my hand in there and pushing the shaft through like that. And getting my cotter pin. Lining that up. There we go. Give that a little tap. Should be right. Okay, so I'm also going to put a little bit of grease around here, just because it doesn't seem right to run it without grease. It shouldn't really matter, but at the end of the day, that is spinning. So if that was just resting on it, you know, you might get it wearing like that. So I don't think it'll hurt to put a little bit of grease on here. So when you're putting this on, make sure you've got your circlip there fitted. Put that in. Just make sure that's lined up. The fork with the dog, which it is. Now, you put a spring on there. I've got my new bearing there, which I've Loctited in because it was quite a loose fit really, and it would if that was on there and it dropped out, it could become engaged, which wouldn't be very good when you're riding along. It would actually, with the pedals in the forward position, it might even lock the back wheel up, so wouldn't be ideal. So that now pushes on there, and we can just check that that comes out and engages. There we go. So I've got to get the circlip and put that on there. Oh, come on. Sure that's completely on there. Give it a little tap. There we go. That's on there now. Okay. So next thing is to fit this chain. And I've never come across it before, but this is a link that you're supposed to, it sort of clicks in. It's a bit, I say it's a bit Chinese, but it's made in Taiwan. It says on here that you, well, first of all, put the chain on. Run that around like that. There we go. And put this link in here. There we go. Now it's quite slack, but that's where they are, I think. There's no adjustment on it. and it literally is just to make it legal to be able to be pedalled for the rules in the early 1970s. Now I've got to get my head around this. It says press the Sigma top plate over the top of the free rivet groove. I don't know what it means. So if we move this, move that so I can get to it. Oh, I see. So what they're saying is, I think you put it on there and kind of bend it so that it clicks in. Oh, bloody awful thing that is. This is probably in the way of the camera, but you're supposed to, that's it, bend it and feel it click. If I turn that round, there we go. Get a pair of pliers on that, I think. Ah, that's it. That clicked. I wouldn't want that on a proper drivetrain, but for this job it's fine. So now you find that's all working like that. And I think I need to jack up the bike. Bit of wood. Jacking it up now. And there's a strap on this pedal to hold it in. I'm just taking that off. So, what you do now, you bring that back till it clicks like that, and now that pedal should go all the way around like that. And then you bring this in, and that, I don't know if you can see or not, we'll move you back a bit. That drives the wheel, making it fully legal for the 1970s. So that's cool. Well, I don't know about cool. Right, so now put that back in like that, and then you have to you bring this round and push that in. Hold that. That's it. That brings both pedals into the forward position for when you're riding it. So I'm going to move that up there. Yeah, that's it. We're nearly done now. I'll just move you again to get the cover. I'll move that up. It's got me nicely painted cover, new sticker on it. And this is the old chrome cover. I cut a hole so I could use the blank. I cut the hole slightly smaller, and then I peened it over so that it's like a lightning hole. And that's how they were, the original ones. So you can see there's a bit of material in there for the grommet. So I'll put that on there. Come on, get in there, you little bugger. Another one. There. Get this pliers on it. Get this Allen key on it. It's a bit cold today. The winter's settling in. So I'll be glad to get back indoors again. That looks all right. I've got that sticker, and I've got two other little stickers. There's one with pedals on it that sticks on here on the front, and one with an engine on it, just so you know where this lever's supposed to be when you're riding it. I haven't put them on yet, just in case I paint this cover, but I'll have to see whether I put them on or not when I make a decision on that. Now, this is a left-handed to tighten it up, so it goes that way to do it up. That's it. I was actually going the wrong way. It's just the same as a push bike. Not that it really matters on this, because this isn't the sort of moped you pedal when you run out of fuel. It's a fixed wheel for a start. So as soon as you start slowing down, these pedals are still going. But I'm gonna go out and give it a bit of a demo, I think, and do a little video of me pedaling it, if it's at all possible, that is. So, put the gear shift back on. Not quite sure what position. I would imagine about there. There we go. Double check. Well, that's it. Pretty well finished this bike. Good news, I've now got a logbook for it, so I shall be insuring it beginning of December. And on a nice dry day, I shall take it out for a bit of a whiz and see how she goes. But looking forward to that. And I hope you've enjoyed the little videos. This will be the last one for a while. Well, I say for a while. I'll see how the weather goes. And of course, December, be a few weeks before I ride it legally on its original number. And it says on the logbook, 4 previous owners. So I guess when it was new, somebody had it and they would have sold it after a year, and probably the same thing happened till it clocked up its 4 original owners, and then it was put away in a shed and sat there for 42 years. And now I'm the 5th owner. Well, there was one in between, but he obviously wasn't on the logbook. He's the chap that bought it and got it running. So that's it really. Hope you've enjoyed these videos. Oh yeah, that's right, on the last video, my mate Smithy, he saw the rear wheel going round, because I just had it sat in there without a chain on it, and apparently it was going round and back and forth like this very slightly. He said that's the time to get a bit of lead on one of the spokes to balance it, but well, I didn't do that because the video was taken about 2 or 3 weeks, I think 2 weeks before I posted it. But also on a moped, I don't think it was going to make that much difference. Maybe if it was a big race bike. But yeah. Okay. Right. Well, thanks for watching. And see you on the next one. Bye for now.